Alright everyone, welcome back. I've made many videos on the new expertise system since we first learned about its existence in last week's Intelligence Annex. Now, of all the things I wanted to cover, I never considered how much grind we can expect from this new system until a recent post on the official Division 2 Ubisoft forum, which gave a good idea on what we can expect. And I have to say, on the surface this looks like an incredibly long grind or incredibly long progression system, way more than the optimization station. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and I do want to get into that. So let's take a look at this post and let's talk about it. I guess the point of this video is to really understand if the grind described in this post is something that you guys want, and if you do, let me know in the comments down below. If you don't, of course, let me know in the comments down below as well. Drop a like if you enjoy this one, a dislike if you don't, and let's get into it. First things first, let's go over the post then so we can talk about it. What I've done, guys, is I've just taken out bits that are relevant to this video and important to the subject that we're talking about. So let's get started here. It says, for proficiency, items are grouped as follows by their type. We've got weapons, which is the Black Market AKM, P416, SOCOM, brands, Gilligard, Alp Summit, etc. Gear sets, Strikers Battle Gear, Aces and Eights. Named items, we've got the Fox's Prayers, the White Death. Exotics, we've got the Liberty, the Diamondback. We've then got the skill variants like Explosive Sticky Bomb, Defender Drone, and then we've also got the specialization weapons, Survivalist Crossbow, we've got the Flamethrower and the Missile Launcher. It says here, by my count, this means there are currently 249 weapons, and that includes named and exotics as separate items, 23 brand sets plus improvised gear as well, and it says probably treated as a single brand set, 13 gear sets, 44 named and exotic gear pieces, 41 skill variants, and 6 specialization weapons. So that's 377 individual proficiencies to gain and 10 levels of each, giving a total of 3,770 possible proficiency levels to gain. That's obviously not counting any new items added in the new season. Now, proficiency levels go up to 10 for each item, and no item can be upgraded until its proficiency levels actually reached 10. As far as which items can be improved, then the individual proficiency levels are simply progress markers and offer no benefit until you reach 10. They do offer a benefit to your expertise level, but we'll get to that later. It's also important to note that once a proficiency has reached 10, it cannot be improved any further. This means that as soon as you can improve an item, even by only 1%, continuing to use that item will not increase the amount by which you can improve it, except by going down the donation route, which is where you use resources. Expertise controls how far you can improve eligible items and is increased by gaining proficiency ranks for any proficiency. At this stage, we don't know how many proficiency ranks are required to gain a single expertise rank. Very likely the devs are going to want to do testing on that in the PTS, which means we do not know what the current maximum number of improvements you can apply to an item actually is. A standard high-end loadout likely has 10 different proficiency classes equipped, 1 specialization weapon, 3 regular weapons, 4 different brand set named items exotics, assuming 3 piece of 1 brand or 2 piece of 2 and 2 skill variants. By playing enough with this build equipped, one would therefore achieve max proficiency in 10 proficiencies, giving 100 proficiency points totals towards your expertise. And then the post makes an assumption that if 100 proficiency points equals just 1 expertise rank, then there you go, that's what you have. It says, however, continuing to play with these items will not increase your proficiencies any further, as they're all now at max level. You could farm items and materials for donation and improve other proficiencies that way, but the proficiency XP you earn in that time will be wasted. If you then equipped a completely different set, different items, skills and specializations, you would lose that 1% bonus, but you could earn another 100% proficiency ranks. And once you're there, you can upgrade both your new loadout and your previous one by another 1%. Also, note that it specifies kill XP here, presumably to exclude the activity complete XP that makes up the vast majority of players' XP gains. I would guess that this is to prevent players exploiting the system by playing most of a mission activity with their strong upgraded gear, then switch into an unleveled loadout to get the completion XP. However, this does raise the question of whether DPS builds in co-op will level their proficiencies far faster than the support builds such as healers, tanks, and CC. Alright, so that's all of the points that I wanted to take from this post, and I appreciate that is a lot, so if you're still here, Yeah, thank you very much. Now, important to take from this, at this stage, there's going to be 3,770 possible proficiencies to gain based on Massive stating 10 proficiency levels required in order to be proficient. That, in of itself, sounds like an absolute ton. Now, of course, you can have 10 or more different items equipped at once, so the number doesn't look as scary when it's only 377 items to reach the proficient status. But this doesn't include the expertise levels you need to upgrade your items, which is unclear at this time. All of this might be pinned on just kill XP as well, as outlined by Massive in the annex, which means it could be incredibly difficult to level up some items without doing the easiest content fit for those items. And this is also another reason Massive need to do some serious work on bringing the lesser powered items up to a good level. Of course, we still have many questions. Ideally, we need to know how much XP our agents need per proficiency level to determine how long it might take to level up just one item. Any item you don't want to use, resources can be used to make those up to proficient status. We don't know what that's going to look like, and if I had to guess, I can only draw from previous systems like the optimization station, where the initial launch was met with a lot of negative feedback about the high resources needed to upgrade. I suspect Massive will do something similar here, where they put the resources really high initially and see what people think about it, because I think Massive want this system running in the background, a lot like the optimization station really, and a lot like the recalibration library as well. And I suspect they are hoping the majority of people will still be working on fully graded builds for many, many months. So I guess the question is this grind a good thing? Now, I personally enjoy a grind. I like working towards something, even if it's only a minimal amount of power, which might be the case here. This progression system does seem very lengthy, and again, I'm okay with that, just so long as the content is there to keep me interested. Like all of these new systems and these changes, all of it will be a waste in my opinion if the content is not up to scratch. You know, fingers crossed, the new seasonal changes will be good. We should hear more about that soon. And then I hope the new game mode slaps, and I hope there is more as well. I hope it's not just the game mode in seasons, unless of course the seasons are anything like what we get for, say, Destiny, where their seasons are really quite crammed with stuff. I wouldn't mind if it was up to that kind of par, but I'd be very surprised if it got anywhere near kind of what Destiny seasons are like, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, all in all, guys, I mean, this looks like a grind. I don't really like to call it a grind because that depends on your perspective. I mean, for me, it's just progression, so I don't really call it a grind. I mean, if I'm having to do stuff I don't want to do in order to achieve that proficiency, then yeah, that to me is a grind. But this 3,000 levels doesn't sound like something that I'm not going to enjoy as long as the content is there. But of course, you guys might think differently. You guys might not have liked the optimization stuff. And so let me know in the comments down below if this is something that you're looking forward to, or if you're not looking forward to it. And now that I've told you that it's going to be at least 3,000 proficiency levels that you need, and that will go up as more seasons come out and more content comes out and more weapons and stuff that we're going to need more and more, let me know if that's something that you're looking forward to, or if that just sounds like way too much for you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until the next one, Epic out.